doing, guys?
Hey, Frank.
All right, the health of this football team. Leroy Watson, thank God, is healthy. Attributed to a stinger in his shoulder, neck area. And so we had concerns at the game because of the sensation he was feeling at that time. He's back out here today. We're limiting the things he do, but anticipate having him on next week. Frank Harris went to the doctor to get some imaging. We're going to look at it over the next week and kind of gauge his potential from a rehabilitation standpoint. And right now his status is uncertain. We're not sure. Will he be back next week, or will he be back the following, or what have you? So we'll play it by the ear for the next 5 days and try to gauge exactly where he's at. The bye week comes at a good time for him. We'll see how his body takes to the medication, the rehabilitation, and we'll go from there.
Is there a chance it's longer than that with Frank Harris, or is it just a matter of...
Yeah, it would be premature, Greg, to answer that until I know more from the doctors and to see how his body reacts to what he's given him.
Now, Frank, was it a carryover from the week before?
Yeah, it was a little carryover. It wasn't a violent lick at all, just something that has been reoccurring, and we'll see if we can manage it and allow him to continue.
But it's not his throwing side, right? The left-hander, was it his
no, it's not.
Right.
What's his role in practice this week?
Mostly being that of a guy that's engaged. He takes some snaps in the early portions of practice. He's not live in any of the drills. We're preparing other guys as well in case they have to step up and play a more significant role.
I know, Frank, you said he's uncertain, but are you ready to count him out today? He won't play that's right, you have a bye.
Yeah,
it could possibly be
so if we were playing this Saturday, he would be out.
Right.
The bye helps us and gives us some time, and we'll just see. We'll see how that goes.
Pretty invaluable reps for, I guess, Lowell and others this week, Coach?
Yeah. So all three of those guys, four of those guys, Lowell will get plenty of reps. So will JoJo. So will Brandon Garza. So will Cordell. All of those guys, because you just don't know. You don't know how it'll shake out, and potentially all of those guys are the next guy or the guy after the next guy that could be in. And so, we'll have a little controlled scrimmage tomorrow with our football team and continue the development of our team as a whole, and play some guys who's played minimal roles or guys who need some live reps so we can see how they react in live bullets in preparation for next Saturday. So we'll have, if you will, a game on tomorrow for our team. It won't be much. It'll be about 16 plays. We'll have a regular practice, and 16 plays of it will be live, where we'll continue to develop our football team.
Frank, what did Lowell show you after watching film?
You know what? He played hard. He's a big man with an able body that can run with a live arm. It's totally different when it's live bullets and it's meaningful snaps and the game is on the line. In reality, that was his first Division I game playing. I thought he did an admirable job. I thought there were opportunities that we could have helped him. There were some things that he needs to improve on, and he'll continue to get better as we get better as a team.
Frank, what's the mental state of the team right now? I mean, with Frank going out, but also just coming off a loss like that.
You know what? When it happened, I thought the team was a little shocked. You've invested a lot. You've gone with a guy and declared him as your quarterback, and he goes down early in the first quarter. And the ability to overcome that, to put it aside, although there's concern for him doing it, but they love one another. So is he okay, Coach? How bad is it? Hey, stay focused. We got to continue with the game, and that's tough. That's tough for young minds to do at times, because they don't know the severity of injury or not with their teammate, and so that was a tough one for us to overcome. The reality is, we're guys, we're a team, we're a family that study literature. And there's an old quote that says, "My head is bloody, but I'm bowed." And I think that is the status of us right now. I challenge anyone who's the author of that.
I don't know, but I've heard it plenty of times.
Invictus by William. I'm not telling you. I'm gonna let y'all tell me. All right, that's a quote within it. That's not the title of the poem. It starts with an I. I'll give it to you. William Henley, Ernest Henley. All right, Invictus is the name of it. But anyway, and so that kind of is our status. That we've gone through a rough 4 right now, and got some licks, got some bumps and some bruises, and it may be a blood drop here or there, but chins are up, heads are up, and we push forward. We march on to try to accomplish the things that we want. You know, it wasn't that long ago in 2016 we were 1-3 before we made a run at this thing to position ourselves to be in the talk for the Conference West Championship in a bowl game, and that's our mindset. We're forging ahead and positioning ourselves to still play our best football, which we have not played yet. Having quarters, having a series, having a half, but not an entire game.
The North Texas game was talked about as a measuring stick. So what did you learn about your team when you looked at it?
You know what? It feels so long ago, Greg, that UTEP right now becomes our priority because it's the one that becomes the most important one for our football team. I think a lot of things happen with that game, within injuries, within setback, within emotions, traumatic with neck and getting wheeled off in the stretcher. There's a lot. So we're so removed from that one and totally focused on UTEP. That's our priority right now.
Frank, besides obviously the quarterback situation, this week, how do you spend this bye week? A lot of fundamentals, going back to the basics.
Yeah, we've done that. You know, we traditionally not a Monday practice team. We got in here on a Monday, and we'll give the guys the back end off on Thursday and Friday and Saturday, and we'll start back up on a Sunday to start our preparation. But we still, you know, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that you normally wouldn't have in preparation for an opponent. So it's been advantageous for us to self-reflect on ourselves, self-study. What are the things that has given us problem? How do we get rid of this GT counter that's going down the field on us in these games? How do we fix those things and really identify play by play? Why are we not having success doing this run concept or this pass game concept, and really self-evaluate ourselves? Is it best for our personnel? How do we tweak these things? That's what this week has been for us.
Is Lowell firmly the next quarterback up, or could that very easily change over the next 2 weeks?
I think he's positioned himself right now. If Frank is not up, he could be the next guy up. But we'll use this scrimmage on tomorrow and the things that these guys are doing this week and early next week to really solidify it. But I feel comfortable saying he went in, he was the 2, and if Frank isn't there, he could be the guy. But I want to push him. I want to push our team. I want iron to sharpen iron and find the best guy that gives us a chance to win the game.
Frank, I know at the beginning of the season you said your defensive line was not only the strength of the defense, but the strength of one of the strengths of the team. How disappointed have you been as far as them, yielding ground? I know there's a lot of variables involved, situations, stuff like that.
Yeah, there's a lot of fits that happen within the style of play that a defensive line, and if it's off tackle, that it's spilled by a backer to a safety or a corner or a backer over top. And so even though they're rushing yards, it's totally not just attributed to the defensive line. We share in that unfortunate situation of giving up so many yards. But it's something we've identified, and I think that we're positioning ourselves to remedy that. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate you.